Raise your vibration by tuning in to Awakening Code Radio every Tuesday night here on KX 93.5.
So, Alfonso, it felt like in some ways we're kind of just getting started, because I know that the people that are coming to your seminars and lectures are there because they're having some food issues, and I'm guessing most people are there because they're overweight or out of shape. Is that a good assumption?
And also I have to say I had athletes or people, actresses, people in great shape, but they think that they are fat.
Mm.
And it's an issue. It's a mental issues. It's a distorted idea of their own images. So, but yes, I attract people that for this journey, for the weight loss journey, I attract people that obviously they want to lose weight, they want to understand their relationship with food, or some people come to me and say, I'm overweight. I say, you're overweight in your mind. You need to lose nothing. You're beautiful. You look perfect. But there is definitely a new relationship that you need to install with your body. And so we have a 3 days dinner journey weekend where it's very deep, and we do all this awakening of making love with food, learning how to love your body, and also realize all the blockages, because see, fat has a message. Every pound of fat, there is a message behind it. There is an attachment behind. It's like when you move from one house to another house, it's so difficult to get rid of stuff, to your furnitures, because we develop an attachment to our environment. Oh no, this was a gift from me, and so we realize that a lot of the stuff that we have at home is absolutely not important. And fat is very similar, because fat is basically energy. It's condensed energy. And so to let go the weight, it's letting go. Every pound is letting go an emotion, letting go an attachment to something, and the result is not just to release the weight, and that's really my goal, to see the people. The result is to open as love.
Right.
It's just the beginning. Weight loss is just the beginning. People come to me and say, I just want to lose weight, and then they realize that they say, oh my God, I came for something else.
Yes, I was just going to ask, is that sort of the feeling over the 3 days? Are people thinking they're coming in for one thing and leaving with something, a much broader picture of their whole life?
I have people that they came just to lose weight, just living a very regular life, and then ended up in Costa Rica with me to the next retreat for 7 days, which is the WOW, which is designed to open us love, or to end up in the jungle again in Costa Rica. I lead a 21 days silent meditation retreat where they started to discover their self, the mind, their relationship with the Creator, and they say, wow, I didn't know that the desire to lose weight and losing the weight was actually a doorway to find myself, to find God, to find the light.
Yeah, and we talk about that, and when I say people bring it up in guests, is the things that trigger healthy patterning are things that are bothering us in the moment. I mean, whether it's our weight loss, it's a trigger. It's almost like a pain. The reason we have pain is to trigger something, to say, do something about this. Your back hurts because this, or your fingers hurt because they're resting on a hot stove. There's a device in there that says, do something about this. And so we can look at challenge or pain in a new way almost, and say, I'm getting a message of I need to put some attention on this and grow and see where I am after I've addressed what it was that brought the pain. And the pain in this issue is, whether it's thinking we're too heavy, or literally are too heavy where our physical function is diminished. I mean, where walking is a labor, or just carrying your frame around is going to cause heart problems because you're just that much overweight. Your body obviously has told you many times over, you're not healthy, and I'm trying to get your attention. I'm not trying to make you feel bad. I'm trying to get your attention, because I think in our design, you talk about the Creator, we want to be healthy. There is a pattern in there that says, no, you're healthy, happy, joyful, conscious human being. And if you're not those things, it's because you're not really living in the design that you were created to be. And you have the opportunity to change a lot of that.
Absolutely. And again, the body, there is not really a right a right model of the body to say what the body needs to look like. The body needs to look like in the way that you feel good about yourself. That's really the way that the body needs to look like. But if the body is not following its natural course, it's because there is a message. And the weight is just a symptom of the message. And until we don't find the message answer, the body will not change. And so the message, though, it's always inside. And so it's called the thinner journey, like the 3 days they teach, is because it's really what is it inside yourself? What is the message that once you find out what is it that you need to hear and you need to answer, it will change not just your weight, but it will extend it to your finances. It will extend to your living situation, to your relationship, to your sexual life. It's so broad, it's so big. But the question is, what is the message within?
I love that. I mean, I'm not going to be able to remember it, but I'll go back and listen to the podcast myself. But the weight is the message, I think, or the messenger. I don't know.
Yeah, the weight is the symptom
the weight
of
is
a
the
message
symptom.
that there is inside.
Yes,
Yeah.
the weight is the symptom of
Yeah.
the message. It is the thing that is like not the message, but the messenger almost.
Right,
kind of thing.
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's so interesting that the way we think about everything. I mean, even if it's just our physicality, we understand that we are these mind-body creatures. It's like Western medicine wants to convince us we are not mind-body energy systems. You know, you have your mind up there, you have your body down here. You know, energy. If you want to talk about energy, yes, we're atoms. Blah blah blah. But it's like all three different things almost. And if something's bothering you, we'll hide it or we'll take it out. You know, if we can take it out and you can still live, we'll do that. Or if it's painful, then we'll mask the pain and we won't even address what caused it in the first place. It seems like such a unholistic model, and it does feel. I'm hopeful that it does feel like Western medicine is coming back around and looking at this whole symptom, this mind-body connection in the way that our thoughts, emotions, like Dr. Emoto said about water, that our thoughts and emotions have this huge impact on our physical body, on the cells and the way they're functioning, and that if they're not functioning nice, it's a symptom giving us a message. There's a message in the symptom. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it is interesting that Dr. Emoto talks about the words, the power of the words.
Absolutely, he does.
And the words are just the window of what's in the mind. You want to know what's going on, to know the content of a person, it's by what they say through the mouth. And so through the words, it's the way that we paint in our world. And it's one of the way to really allow these changes in chemical changes in the body, and also because the body, it is 85% water, the blood is 98% water, the brain is 80% water, and words, they make the difference. One of the part that we I think also mentioned in the book, it's really how to change your body through the way that you speak. I call it the divine melody. It's very, very powerful because the way to change the mind is the way that we speak. The more we speak in a different way, initially we have to force it, but the more we keep repeating certain words and talking in a certain way, then the thoughts change, and then the words, they come naturally in a more empowering way, in a more positive way. And so instead to talk about I'm fat, I don't like my cellulite, or I'm poor, I don't know how to pay my bills, I'm broke, we start to talk about the solutions and say, hey, I am not as healthy as I would like to. I'm on the way to create a new body. And initially feels forced, but as we keep doing it, the mind changes. And suddenly, we will realize one thing is very important. People that they make money, they speak at first. People that they lose weight, people that live a thin life, they don't talk about being fat. They speak at first. They speak it. So we speak our way to health. We speak our way to wealth. The death and power is in the power. Death and life is in the power of the tongue.
Yeah, and I love the way you said it. I'm always trying to hold these thoughts, but when you said, like, a lot of times we picture this sad sack person looking in the mirror and going, you're beautiful, I love you, all this stuff, and we're not believing it because you're looking in the mirror and you're not believing it. But you said, first, I'm not exactly like I would like to be, but now I'm going to work on it. I will love that person that I'm looking at. But I will also acknowledge the truth. That's not the person I want to be. Whether it's you're broke or feel you're overweight or you feel you're unlovable, whatever those things that you actually do address them honestly, you bring them up to the forefront of your consciousness and say, these are things about me, but I can make them better, rather than just say they're better. Some people think the secret is just, stop saying it and just say, oh, I'm better now. And there's a affirmative prayer that way. Or I have this Porsche sitting out in the driveway and poof, that'll show up. It's not that. It's like, I don't have that thing now. I don't have the health I would like to have. I don't have as much money as I would like to have. And I'm going to start doing things that will change that.
Awakening Code Radio is available on podcast. Visit www.kx935.com. Click podcasts, then scroll to Awakening Code's previous shows.